I wanted to get it, because if I don't try to get it, then what's the point? What I'm doing this for? Name is JV King Bernard. I am a Linux system administrator, Red Hat certified, and then I am also working for a company as actually a system engineer. I've been doing it for a good 8 months now total. It's really great, and also I am actually taking the AWS courses so I can get to the cloud.
Oh, wow.
Area.
So needless to say, you're a man with some ambition there.
You gotta keep going.
That's awesome, man. Well, what brought you into tech, man? Were you working in tech prior to coming to Yellowtail?
No.
What was your background?
Background at first was music. I have a bachelor in recording art, pretty much audio engineering. Then I went to medical. I was a medical assistant for a good amount of time, and then also CNA. So it was more about the medical field and the music. No touch or no experience or no ambition on IT whatsoever.
Wow.
A friend of mine has told me about the program and convinced me and said, hey, I've seen the way that you work with music and how you can actually figure things out so quick. And I can see you actually doing this program and actually excel and prevail, financially doing just that. I looked it up, look at the salary and everything also as well. That's when I realized I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And, and then from there, that was it. It was actually never what I thought of. I thought I would be able to do it. First 2 months I was in class, I thought, man, let me just forget about it because I'm not. But then again, I keep pushing, and that's when I realized you just have to keep pushing and really do. It's all about you. It's all up to you.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you bring up music. My background's in music as well, but we'll talk about that another time. So you said you started to feel like the walls were closing in on you there a little bit. So tell me about your experience going through the program. What was it like, and why did you pick Yellowtail?
One of my friends told me about it as we were driving. I was not really interested because IT is not my world, and I don't really care. I didn't care much about IT then, and I was like, I am not an IT person. And I kind of brushed him off. Then someone else came back, told me about the Yellowtail, and then the same speech, but more convincing. And then I was looking into it, and I was like, at that moment I needed a change financially. So I went and looked into it more, did some research, look just to see what is that about, what is Linux about, and all that stuff. I didn't even know Linux existed. I didn't know until I went and go look for it to find out what is that. Like, what is that? I heard of Mac. What is that Linux stuff, man? People try. I thought it was one of them little bootleg programs, like those little system nobody cares about.
Right.
But I didn't know Linux was what it was until now. And so I looked into it, and then I went and tried, jump in and do my little thing you do to set up your appointment to talk to someone so they can talk to you about the program.
Right.
Yeah. So from there, I just went with it. I was just like, let me take a chance. And the reason why I chose Yellowtail, because I just heard a lot about it. I keep hearing about it, and I was like, what? Let me just give it a try. It's like a leap of faith when people say, just jump in there and see what's up and give your all. Don't just jump and drown. You jump and then you pedal.
Yeah, right. It's definitely, it's not a cakewalk. It's not an easy program, but if you're committed through it and you apply yourself, I would imagine that your problem solving skills and the fact that you were trained in engineering really helped you get through the program. Or
it's all about how hard you want it. It's pretty much you're doing it for yourself. When they say you're doing something, you got to give your all. That little speech people always give to people, give your all, stay on it. And people take that, they don't take it literally. And it's just about you, like how hard you want it, what is priority to you, sacrifice, that's why I had to do it. That's why I kept with it very strong and never really ran into some issues at all throughout my whole course, just because I know what I wanted, I know what I'm doing it for, and then that was it. That was either this or, when they say do or die, those kind of word quotes, it was just either I get it I don't get it. I wanted to get it, because if I don't try to get it, then what's the point? What I'm doing this for?
Yeah.
So that's why I stick to it, and it's all about willpower. You got to have the willpower to sacrifice your time to make sure that you stay on it. You stay on the program, and then you follow through, and you do what's worked for you to understand what is happening, and the understanding of what the teachers are telling you. Because they always say, don't come to class to just learn the material from scratch. You need to do your home. You need to read and go through the whole thing before you meet us. And when they mean by that, they really meant it, because you have to do things on your own up to when you get to it. And then after that, when you get to it, is to finalize the little holes that you had on your studies.
Yeah, right.
And that's how it works, But,
so needless to say, then, your financial status has changed since you've graduated from the program.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing.
It's a life-changing experience. I mean, till today, and I'm doing things that I never was able to do in the past decade.
Well, so you jumped into the workforce rather quickly after you left Yellowtail. Yes. And did Yellowtail provide strategy or kind of work with you along the way to help you chart your career path?
Yes, the student coach, she was with me the whole time, give me some word in. That helps me, give me some motivation. She helps me build my confidence. And she was helping me to refocus and pretty much rearrange my wordings and stuff like that. So that was a huge help. She was the student coach, and then that helps me. She also helps me with my resume. We went through the resume, make sure that we take some stuff off, and this one is better, use this wording instead, take that off, that pretty much make the resume looks more approach to the whole Linux world versus putting some shenanigans in there. It's things that don't matter.
The recruiters and the hiring managers that work in that world are used to seeing it a certain way and presenting it a certain way. So I totally get that.
Exactly.
Well, that's great, man. I got one last question, and that's just, I would love to hear your overall advice for anyone that is looking to get into IT, especially people like yourself that came to IT with no previous experience.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people out there don't really think about IT really. Just like that did. IT was the last thing on my mind. I'd never thought about it. And then, but sometimes I always curious about it. What is, I wonder what what they're doing. Because I've been exposed to IT related stuff, but not really work on them. So this thing is all about, it's a never learning experience. And then whoever wants to break into it, they just have to come in ready. And then you don't have to be really truly I don't mean ready to smart ready, or you got to be have a high IQ ready or high GPA, not like that. Just, it's all about the drive. It's all about, I don't want to say dream. This is not a dream. It's more about the drive, what you're willing to sacrifice and how far you're willing to go. Because IT is so, it's a ladder that never ends. You don't even know how far it's gonna go and how wide it's gonna go.
That's a great way to describe it.
Height and it depends how much you want to grow and how big, because there's so much to do on it. Once you get in, there's so much you can build in and bring into your for more knowledge. And I'm saying people just need to, you just gotta understand that it's all about understanding, sacrifice, prioritize, have the willpower, and really focus and grow, and willing to grow more, not just go and then you just get at one level and you're like, I'm good here, I'm comfortable here because I got the sofa here, I got my mini fridge here, and I got this, so I'm comfortable here, I'm good. I don't think I need to go to second floor just in case I need to jump, and then I need to escape, I can go out real quick. Nah, you keep going. I mean, you want to do the effort, take the risk. Something about the risk, can't be scared. Go to the highest level. Try to see if you can reach an 100th floor.
I love how you describe it as a never-ending ladder. And I think that's one of the things that people love about it the most is not only the opportunity to really apply your problem solving skills, but that every day is new. There's always something. Once you master something, it changes, and now you've got to go somewhere else.
Even at my job environment, I'm learning things new till today. Just yesterday, I learned how to create a whole role for a specific configuration from scratch, and then people are there to help you. And then I'm still learning. Now, yesterday, I felt like I was in class while I was at work, you know. And then the dude, and I'm sitting over there just like hesitant, like this. Okay, so no, okay, I'm stuck here. And then I was like, and then I embraced it, and I was like, now I'm learning how to do that. And then I got my notes, and guess what? I'll be able to do this over and over again. And there's something new that I know. And then I'm not in school, I'm at work, and I'm still learning. You know, people like to, like I said, people like to stay on one level. If you're really willing in this IT world, you got to keep going, because like I always say, the view is always better the higher you go, and the view looks better and sweeter and amazing.
You're continuing to learn, only this time you're being paid for it.
Exactly.
Which is nice. So, exactly. Hey, JV, I want to thank you for taking the time to sit with us today, man. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
And we look forward to talking to you in the future, maybe checking back in with you and finding out how things are going. Yes. But we definitely appreciate your time.
No problem. My pleasure. Appreciate it. And I want to say bye to everybody that's looking. Just do your thing. Don't be scared.
Thank you, brother.
No problem. Take care.